Prior to the pandemic, nearly 20% of adults in the US had a mental illness, and that number has actually increased to 40% as of June 2020. Now, whether it's widely acknowledged or not, we all have been impacted by mental illness in one way or another. So understanding how to effectively plan for a loved one with a mental illness is crucial. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and so today we're going to be talking about just that. Hi, my name is Elizabeth of Special Needs Advanced Planning, and for all the best information on special needs planning, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to make sure that you're alerted every time that I post new videos. When planning for a person with a mental illness, it's important that the approach allows for some flexibility and adjustment. Often a person is completely competent one day, they're totally fine, and then a small trigger happens, and then which leads to a rapid decline, and it's often incredibly unexpected. There's a link between a small mental health decline and increased financial stress, and then the increased financial stress causes a poorer state of mental health, which causes even more financial stress, and so on and so on. But even after these declines, a person may go and get treatment, which increases their mental health and allows for them to be able to handle their finances again. So the plan needs to allow for that ebb and that flow. So the first step to take is to create those legal documents that allow for some flexibility so that a person can have as much independence as possible, but have that protection when needed. This is where it's really important to bring on an attorney who has a background in special needs planning, because they will understand what that entails. There are times when a special needs trust may be appropriate in this case, so that it can prevent a beneficiary from using the assets in, not the best way, wasting those assets, but also can protect their eligibility for public assistance such as Medicaid or SSI. Often it's crucial that we're able to keep eligibility for these benefits due to the treatment programs that Medicaid provides, especially because that might mean recovery or decline for a person. Now, if a special needs trust is not appropriate for a certain person's situation, there is a way to create what's called an in and out trust, and these trusts have a special spendthrift provision that allows a trustee a period of time, usually 30 to 90 days, to determine whether or not the beneficiary is having a spell, so they can either delay or completely ignore requests for funds that really wouldn't be used in the beneficiary's best interest. Now, when it comes to guardianship, this is where we need to tread really lightly, because if you remember from my video, Guardianship versus Conservatorship, guardianship takes away a lot of a person's ability to be independent. Their entire lives can be pretty much dictated by whoever holds that guardianship. Now, most people who have mental illness, they can live independently and are totally fine without any sort of guardianship. But if there is a person who consistently makes decisions that are not in their best interest, maybe the guardianship is the best way to go. It's important to bring an attorney in on that to really make sure that that is the best course of action. But if that is, you want to make sure that the guardianship it is as restrictive as possible, so that the person who is under the guardianship has some independence and is periodically reviewed to make sure it's still appropriate. Now, be sure to go back and watch my video, Guardianship versus Conservatorship, so you can see what other options may be out there that might be more appropriate than the guardianship. Making sure that you are bringing in a financial consultant to involve them in the planning process is always a good idea. But when you are planning for a loved one with a mental illness, it is crucial that you bring in a special needs financial consultant that really understands the complexities that special needs planning brings to the table. Maintaining eligibility for public benefits and making sure that your goals and your wishes are met requires strategic planning. Often a mental illness will present itself later in a person's life, so some of the more basic strategies for maintaining and growing your wealth cannot be used in this case. For example, the ABLE account can only be used when the onset of the disability was prior to their 26th birthday. So if a person's mental illness presents itself 2 weeks after their 26th birthday, the ABLE account isn't going to be an option for them. But coordinating the legal aspect of special needs planning and the financial aspect of special needs planning it may open up a wide variety of avenues to explore when it comes to making sure that you and your loved one are able to live full, abundant lives. I hope that you found this information to be helpful, and while yes, there are some general basics when it comes to special needs planning, it's important to remember that every family situation is unique. So you need to be working with someone who has specialized knowledge in the area of special needs planning for your individualized approach. Now, if you liked what you heard today, make sure that you click on that subscribe button and that notification bell to make sure that you're alerted every time that I post new videos, and please share it with a friend. And if you really liked what you heard today, make sure that you click on that link below to schedule a 30-minute consultation with me so we can determine what might be the best path forward for you. Thank you for watching, and remember, planning for your loved one's future today makes for a confident tomorrow.